This legend, by the name Rafer Alston, known as Skip to My Lou, was a street ball legend whose skills transformed him from a playground sensation to an NBA star.
Our associate directors, Renardo Lowe and Lisa Smith. Matt Kane, Casey Carter, our production assistant. Doug Haskins, our technical manager. Lockball Hahn, Kevin Little, Greg Prosser, Bill Grittinger, and Aaron Stoikov.
Street ball is a variant of basketball emphasizing creativity, flashy moves, and showmanship. It's where players focus on amazing tricks, impressive dunks, and even humbling their opponents. This style doesn't always translate to professional leagues, which are usually more structured. However, Rafer Alston defied expectations and made it to the NBA while staying true to his street ball roots. In 1989, Rafer was a 13-year-old kid growing up in Jamaica, Queens, New York during one of the worst substance abuse epidemics in U.S. history. Just going out to play basketball was dangerous, but Rafer's love for the game was too strong to let fear stop him. Inspired by Isaiah Thomas, Rafer honed his skills on the streets and playgrounds, hoping to one day hear his name called at the NBA draft. Rafer and his best friend, Stephon Marbury, spent their days practicing, studying great players, and playing ball whenever they could. One day, Rafer and Marbury found themselves at Rucker Park, a famous street ball court in New York City, known for hosting some of the most intense basketball games. Ron Naclario, who was short on players, noticed the young boys watching from the sidelines. He gave Rafer a chance to play, and Rafer seized the opportunity, displaying moves that impressed both the crowd and the announcer. This was when Rafer earned his nickname, the Energizer. The next summer, Rafer became a regular at Rucker Park, thrilling the audience with even bolder tricks. The crowd loved it, and he was soon known as Skip to My Lou. But Rafer's life was not easy. Growing up in poverty, he was surrounded by influences that weren't always positive. Rafer idolized both basketball players and local figures like Pee Wee Kirkland, a former basketball star turned drug kingpin. With his father struggling with addiction and his brother in jail, Rafer often stayed out late, gambling to make extra money. His passion for basketball remained, but attending school was a challenge. Because he frequently missed classes, Rafer's high school basketball career was limited. Despite averaging 33 points per game, his academic issues left him without a clear path to college ball. That changed when a junior college coach named Philip Matthews saw a VHS tape of Rafer in action and was amazed. Matthews offered him a chance to play for Ventura College in California. At Ventura, Rafer showed his full skill set. Though he was a street ball star, Coach Matthews pushed Rafer to be a team player, focusing on assists and defense as much as scoring. Rafer helped lead Ventura to a state championship, earning MVP honors. But old habits die hard, and Rafer struggled to maintain his grades. Rafer's talent caught the attention of Jerry Tarkanian, the head coach at Fresno State, who offered Rafer a scholarship with one condition. He had to attend another junior college, Fresno City, for a year and focus on his academics. Rafer took the opportunity seriously, attending every class and finally improving his grades. By his junior year, he was a Division I athlete at Fresno State, where he averaged 11 points and 7.3 assists per game. His defense was also impressive, helping Fresno State win 21 games that season.
Absolutely. Say amen to that. I'm still in awe of how the picture gets up.
How does that picture get to your house?
There you go.
1:15 to go, 92-73, Milwaukee just finishing it out.
Skip to My Lou was no longer just a street ball name. Rafer Alston had proven he could compete in a structured, team-oriented environment. He was ready to enter the NBA draft. Around this time, a new basketball brand, And One, entered the market and focused on street ball culture. And One was looking to shake things up and recruited Rafer and other street ball stars to showcase their style across the U.S. This exposure was valuable, but Rafer's main goal remained the NBA. In 1998, Rafer attended the NBA draft, hoping to hear his name called. After a tense wait, the Milwaukee Bucks selected him with the 39th pick. However, Rafer's journey didn't immediately lead to NBA success. The Bucks didn't offer him a contract, and he struggled with personal issues, including legal troubles. Rafer served 90 days in jail, a difficult experience that gave him time to reflect. Determined to make it to the NBA, Rafer played in the CBA, Continental Basketball Association, for the Idaho Stampede. He wasn't just aiming to impress, he was trying to show NBA scouts that he was a disciplined, reliable player. His hard work paid off when the Bucks eventually signed him to a 2-year contract. However, despite his skills, Rafer struggled to find consistent playing time with the Bucks, who had a strong roster focused on contending for a championship. Rafer's big break came during the 1999-2000 season, when an injury to the Bucks' starting point guard gave him a chance to play. In his first few games, Rafer showed flashes of his street ball roots, scoring double digits and racking up assists. But the Bucks didn't renew his contract, leaving Rafer's NBA future uncertain. He continued playing, joining the newly formed NBA Development League, where he kept honing his craft. In 2001, Rafer got another opportunity with the Toronto Raptors. His performance in a 10-day contract was impressive, averaging over 10 points and 6 assists per game, enough for the Raptors to sign him for the rest of the season. Rafer had finally made it as a legitimate NBA player and even earned a starting role toward the end of the season. His perseverance had paid off, and he was determined not to let the opportunity slip. Rafer's NBA journey didn't stop there.
Our associate directors, Renardo Lowe and Lisa Smith. Matt Payne, Casey Carter, our production assistants. Doug Haskins, our technical manager. Lockball Hans. Kevin Little, Greg Prosser, Bill Grittinger, and Aaron Stoikov. Jeff Barrett in the graphics. All have done a great job. We have the easy job here, Huey.
Absolutely. Say amen to that. I'm still in awe of how the picture gets up out of the truck.
In 2003, the Miami Heat, led by President Pat Riley, were building a new team around young talents like Dwayne Wade. They saw potential in Rafer as a steady floor leader who could provide depth to their roster. Rafer continued to develop, even hitting a game-winning shot against the Dallas Mavericks, a moment that marked his growth from a street ball icon to a professional NBA player. Throughout his career, Rafer Alston demonstrated that it was possible to bring street ball flair to the NBA without losing the fundamentals required at the professional level. His journey from the streets of Queens to the NBA wasn't easy, but it was a testament to his determination and passion for the game. Despite facing setbacks and challenges, Rafer remained true to himself and carved out a unique place in basketball history.
You know that when I get in the training camp, work on it every day in practice, it's a shot that they give it to me night in, night out. No one gives me respect in this league yet.
Yes. Rafer Alston with a big bucket. Miami leads by 6.
Rafer Alston transitioned from street ball legend to the NBA, showcasing his skills on some of the league's biggest stages. His journey with the Miami Heat began in the playoffs against the New Orleans Hornets, where he played off the bench, hitting crucial shots and contributing to a Game 1 victory. However, his minutes dropped significantly as the series continued, going from 32 minutes per game during the regular season to just 21, even when he performed well, like in the second round against the Indiana Pacers. His playing time decreased as the series progressed. The Heat eventually lost to the Pacers in 6 games, which left Rafer with a tough decision. Miami wanted him to stay, valuing his shooting and connection with head coach Stan Van Gundy. But another team, the Toronto Raptors, offered him a starting role and a 6-year contract. Staying in Miami meant a possible NBA championship, since the Heat acquired Shaquille O'Neal, but joining the Raptors would give him the starting spot he craved. On July 29, 2004, Alston signed with the Raptors, stepping into a new chapter. As Toronto's starting point guard, Rafer averaged 34 minutes, 14.2 points, and 6.4 assists per game during the 2004-2005 season. This role gave him the freedom to showcase his street ball style on an NBA court, thrilling fans and sometimes frustrating opponents with his flashy moves. However, Toronto struggled, winning only 33 games, and Alston faced challenges with head coach Sam Mitchell's harsh language. Realizing his potential was limited with the Raptors, he requested a trade, hoping to join a team with championship aspirations. The Houston Rockets, led by Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming, needed a point guard, and former Heat coach Stan Van Gundy recommended Rafer to his brother, Rockets head coach Jeff Van Gundy. Houston acquired Alston, fulfilling his wish to join a contending team. During the 2005-2006 season, Rafer averaged 12.1 points per game, showcasing his passing skills alongside his scoring. While his assists and flashy passes wowed fans, injuries to Yao and McGrady derailed Houston's season, and the team missed the playoffs.
Alston had failed to achieve his goal, and the person who brought him to the Rockets would pay. Shortly after Rafer's former head coach left the team, Houston had decided to hire another coach who had just been let go, the former Sacramento Kings head coach, Rick Adelman. Alston, who had been in this exact situation.
By the 2006-2007 season, with Yao and McGrady healthy, the Rockets improved significantly, winning 52 games. Rafer helped lead Houston back to the playoffs, where they faced the Utah Jazz. Despite a strong effort, the Rockets lost to the Jazz in 7 games, ending Alston's championship dreams. Shortly after, head coach Jeff Van Gundy was replaced by Rick Adelman, a change that left Rafer wondering if he'd face setbacks like his time with the Raptors. Houston's fortunes improved drastically during the 2007-2008 season, achieving a historic 22-game winning streak, 4th longest in NBA history. Rafer contributed with career-high performances, and the Rockets finished with a 55-27 record. However, injuries struck again as Yao Ming was sidelined, weakening Houston's playoff run. The Rockets once again faced the Utah Jazz in the first round, and without Yao, fell in 6 games. Alston's dreams of a deep playoff run were crushed once more. In the following season, the Orlando Magic needed a replacement for their injured point guard Jameer Nelson. With Stan Van Gundy, now Orlando's head coach, he turned to Alston, bringing him on board for a potential championship run. Rafer stepped up, leading the Magic to a first-round victory over the Philadelphia 76ers, averaging 15.2 points, 4.8 assists, and 1.2 steals. Next, the Magic faced the defending champions, the Boston Celtics, in a tough series. Rafer faced criticism, but he outperformed expectations, helping Orlando defeat Boston in a hard-fought 7-game East series and advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals. In the Eastern Conference Finals, Alston and the Magic met LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron dominated, but Rafer matched up well, showcasing his passing and scoring. Alston led the Magic to victory in 6 games, securing a place in the NBA Finals against Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. However, the finals proved too difficult for the Magic. Bryant was relentless, leading the Lakers to victory in 5 games. Alston played well in Game 3, scoring 20 points and keeping the Magic's hopes alive, but it wasn't enough to win the championship.
The director, our associate directors, Renardo Lowe and Lisa Smith, Matt Kane, Casey Carter, our production assistants, Doug Haskins, our technical manager, Lockball Hahn, Kevin Little, Greg Prosser, Bill Grittinger, and Aaron Stoikov. Jeff Barrett in the graphics, all have done a great job. We have the easy job here.
After the finals loss, the Magic decided not to keep Rafer, opting instead for Jameer Nelson's return. Alston was traded to the New Jersey Nets, a team far from playoff contention. Although he took on the starting point guard role, the Nets had the league's worst record that season. Realizing his championship window was closing, Rafer left the Nets halfway through the season, buying out his contract. His next stop was a return to the Miami Heat, hoping to find structure and stability under head coach Eric Spoelstra. However, Alston faced competition from another point guard, Carlos Arroyo, who eventually reclaimed the starting role. Frustrated by his limited minutes, Rafer eventually informed Coach Spoelstra that he no longer wished to play for Miami. The the Heat suspended him for the rest of the season, effectively ending his NBA career.
Understanding of their new starting point guard situation would kindly allow Rafer to buy himself out of his contract halfway through the season, and Alston knew exactly where he wanted to go. Rafer would return to being a pure point guard. Pat Riley and his new head coach Eric Spoelstra were focused on creating an environment of structure, which is exactly why Rafer had signed. However, there was one clear trend with each passing game. Carlos Arroyo, another Miami Heat point guard from Puerto Rico, who had originally been the starter before Pat Riley signed Alston, was slowly earning his role back under head coach Eric Spoelstra.
Although he continued to hope for a return, no team expressed interest, and Alston retired from professional basketball 2 years later. Rafer, Alston's journey from street ball courts to the NBA was unprecedented. Known for his flashy ball handling skills, he proved himself as a capable NBA point guard, adapting his street ball talents to professional play. While he may not have achieved a championship, Alston demonstrated that he was much more than a showman. He was a smart and skilled floor general. His story remains unique in NBA history, as he successfully bridged the gap between the world of streetball and professional basketball.